So, the tanpura is playing on my computer. I have a semi-cold coffee and a bamboo flute and my unorganized thought. It's a nice morning. It's 4 p.m. So I have been trying to figure out the Tanpura scale, which is more somehow connected now here with my unknown, stream of conscious. So in the beginning, I really liked B flat, not B flat, sorry, F sharp, and then I liked D sharp. D sharp is my favorite actually, and then I tried to A sharp, B major. Then I feel like, okay, let's start from A, and somehow I felt good while just trying to play the flute with this scale. It is not the appropriate, but they are in homologous or in that. So I just want to share my. See, it is so tough when I try to make a line with the I would love to or I want to, because in another perspective it is not like that. It is like I'm not literally I'm not doing that thing which I am telling that I'm doing, or taking the, but it's not important actually. Nothing is important, everything is important. So yeah, we'll not go to that paradox. I think let's So sometimes I can feel through me. Or sometimes he can feel through me. Or I can feel through him. A kind of a weird unity. Rather, I would not say unity, but there was no division. That's what made it, illusory eternity or something. But I'm not sure about the ranges, either it starts the eternity or not. But it is not division. There was no division. There was no parts. Yeah, the essence of fragments are different. But the essence of fragments is like you have the longing for, linger on the next twist on that same linear line. So the idea of fragment emotions or like feeling towards like your breathing or everything. Let's say, I think fragments works in the realm of meaning. But experiment, just witnessing is the thing. Witnessing for me is not claiming that I am, or that moment the situation is in that way. There is no parts, there is no division, but the situation itself a fragments. So while he is in the moment, the idea of fragment is not there. The idea of unity or the essence of or the feeling of non-division was there. Not even unity. He cannot give that name. But when he tries to see that experience from a third person, it is a fragments. It is a fragments of some kind of gateway or a loophole. In my experience, it's so hard to, tell all these things from the perspective of I. It will be so easy for me if I tell this bodily or body-mind experience as observing from a distance as a character, so I can tell the thing from the perspective of he. So he felt so far that while he is not doing anything, literally just sitting and doing nothing, like the Zen, and this very powerful sitting and doing nothing realm has a lot of literal power. You can feel the power or the energy or the frequency or the tune. Yeah, you will feel the wavelength of water or a tune of a flute is passing through your body. In his case, everything comes and goes up and up, and he felt that in the middle of his skeleton, Brahmotalu or something like that, he always feels that there is a is a very interesting movement of little particle in his in the middle of his head. The tune, the wave, they want to rearrange themselves from getting something which is out of the body, from the united or from the not separated entity. So the big separation he felt, he carries, or he has been carrying for a long time, is the idea of separation. And he observed it. What is it? So it's like his own mind telling him, or his own mind trying to make him understand that this is a separation in terms of psychological disorder, physical, space, time, orientation, many aspects like how our mind perceives height, weight, length, time. So all this measurement, mind can easily perceive or easily calculate things, and it can present in front of you some kind of dish in a very interesting restaurant actually, or a jewelry shop. And he felt, while his body was feeling some kind of overwhelming thing while sitting and doing nothing. A foreign voice he heard. He knew the person, but he never met him. He heard that that man was guiding him as a person next to him, like as a person who knows what to do. And there was one moment like the energy was just he couldn't even manage the thing is happening inside his body, his heartbeat, his head and his brain, and his he started sweating. A big fire is nearby, and a lot of other distractions. Sometimes he felt like his head getting hot and just warm, and it will maybe burst out one time or something. But inside he heard that man saying to him, everything will be alright, you are fine. Just take it easy. Take it easy. Nothing will happen. Nothing will happen. Just don't get up now. Channelize this energy, because this is not something extraordinary. This is the thing. Maybe the extraordinary phenomena is you are coming back to it, or you are getting whatever. But he felt there is nowhere to go. Last month, to just experiment the idea of pilgrimage, he went outside, stayed many places and many people. He was almost he just let himself go the way. Which came to him as offering. after climbing mountain, meeting people, seeing many interesting and different and beautiful thing, and also having the experience of losing thing. And then he went to a graveyard on 19 May. There was a heavy emotional turning point actually for him. He identified himself for a long time that he is a displaced person, or mind, or soul, or not soul. Soul, I don't know. I heard that from Upanishad and other stuff. It is not, it is not divided. It is not parted. It is a whole. And only nothingness or this kind of word can give the justification of this wholeness. So it's a paradoxical whole. The word whole is not the whole thing here. He felt that the idea of displacement is deeply rooted, not just, not related with the political, social identity and the crisis of, those existential crises or queries. So in that graveyard he felt somehow, there was reason, but he felt a bit calm. He felt inside of him something new, something that he doesn't know yet. But there are moments when the channel between the knowing self and the unknowing self, they have some kind of connection without any preconceived motivation to get together, to have this communication. Rather, just not to focus on anything and just be there. Be, right? Try to attain the moment, time, nowness, or just your essence, your bodily essence, your thoughts, your breathing, your heartbeat, your shaking, your senses. So he felt there was something inside him. Two stations, let's say, in this story wise, there was two sections. They somehow they found themselves a connection, a tune. This is the moment when he started sweating, his heart beating getting higher, because this is a foreign feeling in a way. his brain couldn't process it, like what to do with it, what to do with this emotion. Okay, it's a new emotion in dictionary. So mind wants to, identify, understand, put names and give you suggestions, but it was that phase of dhyan or meditation that the mind was not that active, because the mind within a span of time, the mind getting a bit, like, okay, this man is practicing nowness, fuck him, and so mind was a bit annoyed. So mind was not really giving its real intention, to twisting intention. So mind was a bit fool and just left working. So he lost his mind, or the mind left him. But the interesting thing, his body, or his essence or senses, or his brain mostly couldn't take it. Then he heard the voice. He needed that. And that voice said, take it easy. It's fine. Everything is fine. But don't get up now. Because the intentionless attention towards you is becoming powerful, and it will have a beat. It will arrange your body and mind in their way. And you have to let it be. Calm. Just calm. Focus where you feeling a bit weirdness in your head. Go there. Take your senses along with you. Feel it. There are many pain in his body. Unknown pain. That's the most interesting thing. He knew some of the pain because of his profession, because of his excessive, taking camera always with the shoulder and sitting a long time for editing. being a bit sad, thinking about life. This is not, it all sounds tiring. So this kind of tiring experience, he had. And out of that, he developed a pain in his back. There was one point, he knew it. But he realized there are many other unknown pain. Needs care. What kind of care? He tried in the beginning, okay, let's take my senses towards that zone of interest and just feel what happens. See, he wanted to channelize the frequency or the energy this way. But at one point, he realized that, the body is painful, but it is okay. Okay, the head is tick, 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 getting weird with the unknown and unfamiliar experiences throughout the body. But it's okay. Okay, the hand, the leg, the heartbeat, everything seems okay. He is here and submitting. Do what? Until he knows, do nothing. Just, yeah. Then he started seeing some face, one particular face, or one particular memory he had back then in 2012, 13, 12, 11, 12, in Kushtia, in Lalon Mela, there was a village folklore festival, spiritual folklore festival in Bangladesh. There are fakirs. Fakirs means like those people who are maintaining in a way the family and also spiritual practices, and there are many other kind of fakir who just left the home or the family and just choose a life of like a devotee. And this is a tradition of like Guru Shirsha Parampara, the disciple and the master. This is the way of transforming or transmitting or transferring the wisdom to the generations. And so this is a practice. It also has Bengali culture, the sound, and it has a big musical teaching about the body philosophy, the spirituality of the body, and and other stuff, and the tantric way of decoding body and achieving he saw a person in 2012, and the person's name was Fakir Jafar Shah. Fakir Jafar Shah. So before meeting him, he was like as I remember, he was talking to some people, local people, and maybe they are also smoking weed in a very traditional way with like kolki and things, like the village, those devotee people, they are used to it there. And he also delved into it to get close to them or close to him or anything. Yeah. He was his early 20s. And he was the son of a freedom fighter. From the childhood, he heard many stories of his father's heroism. And he felt that there is no scope to be hero again. The time has changed. Okay, maybe hero for the outer world is not his cup of coffee. He felt, okay, let's go inside and try to find a script and a character. And Jafar Shah, before meeting Jafar Shah, he was smoking with some other people, local people, old people in a way. And he was telling something weird, but with compassion and respect. That one man just grabbed his hand. Hey, I want to show you one man. I want to take you to a person. That person, I think you should go there. You should go there and just meet him. And that he also felt like, okay, let's go. Then that man took him to Jafar Shah. And Jafar Shah has the stage, not stage, like he was sitting under the tree with a lot of, we call it trishul. It's like iron made 3-point out, these things. And a lot of, most of the color of the thing was red, a lot of red flower, joba full, and a little bit of tom, like some kind of a very interesting space. It was not so big, it was small. He was sitting under a tree, and in front of his there is a lot of iron bars on the ground. There was a lot of small tomb made by mud, and there are a lot of flour and smoke. We call it doob, so it makes a lot of smoke. And there are many sounds, people are singing nearby. There are a lot of people. He was sitting at one side next to a wall. And in front of him there was like a seating arrangement, like you can sit there. There was no chair table, it was like you have to sit just, on the mud. There was just one cloth or something, you can just... So that man who took him to the Jafar Shah, they exchanged their eyes, and Jafar Shah gave the sign like, you can sit here. For next couple of hours, he just sat there, doing nothing. At one point, Jafar Shah gave him some food. Till now, there was no communication. There was not a word exchanged between them. He took the food and gracefully he ate the food. Jafar Shah gave him water. He drank it. His inner self was feeling way comfortable after this offering of this food and having this food. But what he should tell, he felt like there must be some kind of communication is out there. Which doesn't require any words. Could be, maybe. So, yeah. He just sat there for I don't know the time actually. It is not important. Let's say for 3 lifetimes, he waited and sat there. At one point, he felt like now he had to leave because he had other friends to meet or something. Then he said to the Jafar Shah, like, okay, I have to go now. It has been a great pleasure to just be your guest here and just sit with you. And thanks for the food, and he paid his gratitude and bhakti. The next day, he had to go back to university. But he couldn't do it without saying a goodbye to Jafar Shah. Because he didn't process what happened the last night in front of him, in front of the Jafar Shah. But he was not bothered to process anything. Deep inside, he knew or something in him new. That he felt that if you want to figure out certain thing, you eliminate that part of the momentary thing from its actual combination of being in between things. So, like, let's say you put two color and mix the two color and it becomes a new color. So from that new color, if you take back the primary colors, the new color will be an illusion. Or is a phenomena, is a reality of an illusion. So he thought that there is nothing to actually take as a specimen and just cut the piece and process it and then put it back. It is a long, non-stop stream. You can examine a water of the ocean by taking a bucket, taking some water from in your cup, but yes, it is the same. This is water and there is water. But the pressure of water is different. And if the water is reality here, the abstraction is that its density, its pressure, it's like its connectivity towards another molecule and another and another. So he went to the Jafar Shah the next morning, and he said that it has been nice, it has been a great time with you, and now I have to go to my universities. Jafar Shah replied, tumi university te poro? Oh, are you studying in university? He said yes. Then Jafar Shah, from his pocket or something, he took like some money and a flower and gave to him and said that take it from here to the bus station. You need to have auto rickshaw, and this is the fare of your auto rickshaw, and this flower is a symbol of my love to you. He learned the mindfulness from Jafar Shah that day. That day he learned something else which he cannot process or cannot tell. But in his diary cinema, the sensitivity is created by all these encounters. The next year, he went to the same festival with a lot of, emotions. And then he saw a few days ago, Jafar Shah died. One of his disciples is now sitting on that place, and he thought that it was just the beginning of a abstract learning rhythm between these two people, two person, him and Jafar Shah, but it ended before it started. But it cannot be like that. It cannot be, because why he then have this kind of longing of knowing him more and knowing this realm more, or then and it was honest intention. He felt like he needed help in this spiritual thing, and one person he felt that could help him, or he felt a bit emotional connection, and the next year he died. It cannot be like that. He can be dead for everyone, but not for him. Or the idea of death should be different. Or he cannot leave himself. That's the one thing he felt. Jafar Shah must come back, either in another form. But the relationship between them, they had, both of them, I'm sure both of them had this feeling, we'll meet again. Wow, that is a strong longing. And it cannot be false, it can be, it is true, and it just, you have to, but he has to find the way, how truth, intertwines with things and truth, and for many years, Jafar Shah left him. Jafar Shah didn't come to his dream or anything. But that day, when he was feeling a big energy in him, in his body, and his head and everything, he saw Jafar Shah for the first time after this real experience. Now a lucid experience. It felt so good. Felt so good. He figured out he is in bliss. Yeah, he is.